Hey everyone, Joey here. I want to welcome you guys to our very first YouTube live video about The Masked Singer. We were doing this on Facebook, but it looks like something had happened. We got kicked out a few times, so we're going to be doing it here. We're currently about an hour and a half away from the show here on the East Coast. Of course, it's more time if you're watching from the West Coast, and I do apologize because that's not fun because you're going to be delayed and you're going to figure out who won before watching the show. But I want to welcome everyone to our live stream. If you want to go ahead and comment anything you want on the, which side? It's my first time doing it here, so I don't know where it is. On the right-hand side, you'll see a little box thing where you can comment anything you want. Of course, I want to know what you guys think. The show's for you guys and for me because we're going to have a good time together no matter what. So this is our first time doing this. For those who don't know, my name is Joey. I'm an audio producer whose job it is to find audio, and if it's bad audio, to fix it so that it sounds good. Now, what's interesting is from the very first episode, we saw that the clue videos, which are the celebrities talking about themselves, they were pitched up and sped up so that you would have no idea who the celebrity is. Me being an audio person, I said, well, I could probably slow this down and pitch correct it so that it sounds good. And that's exactly what I did. And so far, we have gotten every single one right, with the exception of the first episode because we didn't know anything about the show. But right now, you and I, right now, hour and a half before the show, we're going to go through these clues. Now, we already started this on YouTube, on Facebook. But for the newcomers who weren't on the Facebook page, I'll go ahead and put them through here. Now, give me 1 second, as we're going to go ahead and add some people in from the Facebook page. Give me 1 second. We're adding in other people from the group. It turns out the other group had suspended posting from 7:30 on, so it kind of kicked us out. Not their fault. I completely understand. They don't like people mentioning or talking about things until later on. So we're going to go through the audio for the last couple of weeks. There's only 6 people left. Can you believe that 6 people are left? And the first person we're going to start off with is where we actually stopped on the other video, is the alien. Now, keep in mind that if you want to watch any of the other videos or go through clues or listen to the audio, you can go ahead first, please subscribe, and then go ahead and go through our videos on YouTube, and you can see pretty much all the videos we put together about all the clues, which so far we've done the alien, we've done the monster, of course we did the unicorn and the raven. We pretty much did everyone except for the bee and the peacock. So right now, this is what the audio of the alien sounded like without any pitch correct. This is how Fox went ahead and put it on air.
Being in this competition has been such an incredible experience. I spent my entire life under a microscope, poked and prodded. And for the first time, I'm unknown. No one talks to me or sees me.
So, that's what the original audio sounds like. Now, for those who don't know, Fox went ahead and realized that we were doing this. And so they added distortion to it, which is kind of harder to edit out, but did pretty well. This is what the alien's real voice sounds like.
Being in this competition has been such an incredible experience. I spent my entire life under a microscope, poked and prodded. And for the first time, I'm unknown. No one talks to me or sees me.
So that's what the real audio sounds like. Oh, look, I just got to see everyone who popped up with comments. Sorry, it took a while for the comments to actually come up online. I had to hit something. But that's what the real audio sounded like for the alien. Now, before we or me reveal who the alien is, I want you guys to guess. In the comment section, which is over here, hopefully I don't know what is on your phone, go ahead and guess on who you think it is. While we're doing that, I'm going to salute everyone in the comments. Hey, Matt, how are you? Hey, Lauren. Thank you. I really do appreciate it, Matt. High point in the other way. Okay, I'm guessing it's that way. Once again, it's my first time doing live on YouTube, so I'm sorry if I'm pointing in the wrong direction. Looks like the chat is that way. Matt wants to know, how did I get my audio job? Well, I went to school for broadcasting. As you can hear, I have a radio voice, not a face, but a voice. But yeah, Chris is listening from Texas. Lauren says 3 more episodes. Well, so far, right now, this is what we're thinking. 6 people, 6. Oh my God, I can't count tonight. 6 people are on tonight, leaving us with 5. Now, We have to assume the last episode, 2 has to be left over. So we have at least one more. And I was told that there's going to be one episode that 2 people go home. So we could have 3 more episodes left, which is kind of crazy. Putting us at the season finale, what is that, March 6th? Maybe. If not, it's the week prior. But who do you guys think is going to go home tonight? Nicole says you think it's going to be the rabbit. Now we're going through people's comments for who we think the alien is. Jay Fatone, which is really funny. Whoever that username is, Jay Fatone, it's funny. Thank you for joining. Says LaToya is the alien. So does Matt. Smitten Kitten, I love that username, by the way, says that they want the rabbit to win. Lauren says she agrees with the alien being LaToya. And it looks like a lot of people are agreeing on it being that. Lauren says, no, the last episode is February 28th. Thank God, because the week after that I'm going to Disney, so I will not be able to go on here. Anyway, I want to go ahead and talk to you a little bit about who we think the winner is before we go into the comments about it being LaToya Jackson as the alien. For those who don't know, as we're discussing who we want to win the show, in E! News interview about a week ago, the main producer of the show said that the winner of the show is somebody who has not been mentioned on the show yet. So we have 6 people left. So far, Joey has been mentioned. Rumor Willis has been mentioned. Gladys Knight has been mentioned. Joey Fatone has been mentioned. LaToya Jackson has been mentioned, leaving us with 1. Now, obviously, process of elimination as we go through these videos and these clues will leave us to believe who the potential winner of the entire show will be. And I'll be honest with you, probably Friday I'm going to do a video about it. If not Friday, we can make it for Saturday, whatever. But I think tonight the alien's going to be revealed. And for those who are trying to remember everyone who performed already, out of all the contestants, out of everyone who was already unmasked, everyone who is not a singer already got off the show, leaving us only with 6 real singers. And I know you're going to say, well, Rumor is not really a singer. Well, yeah, watch Empire, she said. That counts. Process of elimination, who hasn't been mentioned in the show yet? All of the main actors who were actors and not singers are already off the show. And right now we're going to go through everything who could potentially be the alien. Now, before we get started, to introduce, now we're at 43 people. Thank you for watching, everyone. My name is Joey. I'm an audio producer whose job it is to find audio. And if it's bad audio, make it sound good. In this case, the clue videos are here on the show. They get pitched up and they get sped up. So it was my job pretty much to slow it down, pitch correct it. If you want to watch those videos talking about the alien, the monster, the bee and all that, you can go through the YouTube channel. But what we're going to talk about is this. I pitch corrected the audio so we can hear the real celebrity. We already heard the alien, and I'll play it again for you to hear what the alien sounds like, and then we're going to go through the clues. So here's what the alien sounds like with the pitch correct.
Being in this competition has been such an incredible experience. I spent my entire life under a microscope, poked and prodded, and for the first time, I'm unknown. No one talks to me or sees me.
So now that we kind of have the real voice behind it, it's quite obvious who it is, especially if you know who the celebrity is. But let me go ahead and go through the clues, and we could talk about it together. She talks about being from a famous family and grew up in the public eye. She used to let others define her. Now the world is hearing her voice on her terms for the first time ever. She's 5'5", has many sisters, and a lot of the clues in the videos show one of her saying that's hot with a potato on a plate during a picnic. And the other one is actually 2 other ones. One is with an aliens in a V shape. Another one is a police badge. Now, with all those clues, we could talk about it. LaToya Jackson, who I think it is, she is 5'5". She is one of 3 sisters, saying that she comes from a famous family. Obviously, the Jackson family is massive. There's, what, 10 of them altogether? When you look at the aliens in that V shape, it does kind of go hand in hand with the Jackson 5. We actually, in our clue video, if you go through our YouTube channel and go through our videos, when we did the alien a couple days ago, we actually gave you a picture of what the aliens look like in that V versus the Jackson 5. So it does go hand in hand. Talking about she let others define her. which is interesting because it goes also hand in hand with saying the world can hear her voice on her terms. That has a lot to do with her dad, Joe Jackson. For those who don't know, Joe Jackson was extremely hard on the kids. He was, not to say he was an a-hole, but guess what? He was an a-hole. One, because he wanted them to succeed, and two, because he wanted them to be perfect. He wanted perfection, which is why Michael was the way he was. But what was also interesting is that Joe Jackson did not allow any of his kids to call him dad. It's one of those facts that I honestly didn't even know about until about 3 weeks ago when I was researching the alien. You weren't allowed to call him dad. You actually got in trouble for that. And even through her first major record, or actually first 2 records, her father had a lot of control on her, which is why she's saying that now the world is hearing my voice on my terms for the first time. So we got those clues out of the way. The next one we're talking about is the police badge. For those who don't know, LaToya Jackson is a police in reserve. She's a reserve police officer, is the real name of it, in Muncie. Muncie, Indiana. And the biggest thing, and let me tell you, I saw this clue, and I was just like, dead giveaway. In the picnic video for her clues, she's sitting on the ground, and there's some guy in a black suit hands her a plate with a potato on it. And she says, ow, that's hot. For those who don't know, and honestly, I didn't think this was real. I had to look it up. If you go through her clue video, it has it in there. She had a disco song that came out called Hot Potato. I can't make it up. Hot Potato. The song is awful. It really is. But that was the biggest clue to me to tell me that the alien was LaToya Jackson. Now, do you agree? We went through all the clues. Am I right? Am I missing something? Maybe there's something there that's not right. I know another clue was a gold record. And for those who don't know, out of all the women, including Janet, she was the first one to get a gold record of the girls. So that's pretty cool. All right, let me go ahead. Let me hide here. 1 second. My messages are kind of going crazy on this live stream here. So sorry if I do go ahead and miss your comment. Okay, right here. I want to go ahead and say hello. Hey, Stargirl, how you doing? Hey, Nick. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Andre. T-Pain has been mentioned. I don't think T-Pain was mentioned yet on the show. I could be wrong. We're going through everyone. Sorry, it's got like 35 comments here. But it looks like, no, T-Pain has not been mentioned. Joey Fatone, 2005 agrees. Anyway, everyone's agreeing with me. Stargirl says that she thinks I'm right. And Matthew says she agrees. Nick Poverman, sorry, it's very tiny on the screen, also agrees. So I really hope that you guys see that. Now, the next person, it looks like Nicole wants to get into the rabbit. And let me tell you, I got a lot on the rabbit. We did a whole other video on the rabbit just because the rabbit's from Brooklyn. I'm currently live in Queens. And I go to Coney Island and all this other stuff. So let me tell you, I'm doing pretty good. Now, I will have to say, James Landro, who's watching, he's currently watching the rabbit video, just sent me a message saying that, as much as we know we're getting everyone right, it would kind of be nice that there would be a curveball in it. So he says, why we all think it's Joey, it'd be kind of cool if it was JC. A lot of other people think it's Donny Wahlberg. And let me tell you, he's not on the show. Not on the show, mostly because he has that heavy Boston accent, and he doesn't have that. This rabbit doesn't have that. So right now, we're going to go through the rabbit. If you haven't done so yet, please go ahead, subscribe to our channel, and hit that little bell icon thingamabob or whatever the heck that thing is. Go ahead and hit that. That way when I put up a video, whether it's a live stream or if it's a brand new one, which we'll do later on tonight after the show, I promise I'll wait until after midnight to put it up. And that way we can go ahead and discuss it. So make sure you hit that button. And right now we're going to go through the rabbit. Now, actually, before I go over, do you guys have any questions for me at all? You can go ahead and write in the comment section. I appreciate it. I know we have Super Chat on, so if you want to get your comment featured, you could do something. I have no idea. I'm new to YouTube. You guys actually launched this YouTube channel for me, so I appreciate it. You guys are the best. Oh, by the way, happy Valentine's Day Eve, everyone. For everyone watching, I look, whether or not you have a boo or significant other, doesn't matter who it is, I wish you a happy Valentine's Day. If not, you can spend Valentine's Day with me tomorrow. We'll go live again to talk about some of this stuff. But I wish you a happy Valentine's Day. So now we're going to go through here. Any guesses on who the rabbit is? Lauren says the rabbit is wearing a lion necklace. I didn't notice that. That's something different. Ms. Cindy 81 says, I'm sticking with Joey Fatone for the rabbit. J Fatone 2005 thinks it's Joey. Of course. But right now, you and I are going to go through the audio first, and then from there, we'll go ahead and do the clues. For a little summary, because now we're up to 50-something viewers, my name is Joey. I'm an audio producer whose job it is to find audio, and if the audio is bad, it's my job to fix it so it sounds good, whether it's EQing, whether it's putting compression on it, you name it, I do it. And when they first did the clue videos, you'll notice that the celebrities' voices are pitched up and sped up so that you would have no idea who it is. And from the first episode, I said I could slow this down and pitch correct it, and we could tell who it is through the celebrity's voice. So with that being said, we're going to go through the rabbit's voice from last week. This is what the audio, actually, let me fast forward over here because I'm actually from a couple weeks ago. We're going to go all the way to, what is that, the 7th? We're going to go to the 6th. So the 6th was the Bee Monster Peacock, which puts us back onto the 31st. Now, this is what the rabbit sounded like without any pitch correct whatsoever. So make sure you put your volume up so you can actually hear everything.
I've been working my tail off to keep you guessing who I am, and showing off my range is part of my master plan to throw you off. And tonight, I'm going to try to confuse the panel again with some R&B.
I do have to say something. Did you hear halfway through his accent changed? We talked about this before, but he kind of goes with a country tang kind of sound. And then once he says master plan, he loses that country accent. And we all know that Joey is a trickster, and I think he's doing this to throw us off. But this is what it sounds like. His real voice sounds like with a pitch correct and slowed down.
I've been working my tail off to keep you guessing who I am, and showing off my range is part of my master plan to throw you off. And tonight, I'm going to try to confuse the panel again with some R&B.
Did you hear that country tang slang?
I've been working my tail off.
I've been working my tail off and listen for plan.
To keep you guessing who I am, and showing off my range is part of my master plan to throw you off.
Like he hits plan and then loses the country accent. So you know it's not someone who's country. But now that you listen to the audio, the pitch correct audio, who do you think it is? You got to guess, right? You got to go through and say, that's some pretty good darn pitch correct. Good job, Joey. Like the video. But now we're going to go through the clues. And I'm really only going to highlight the main clues here just because the rabbit, unlike the alien, honestly, the video just keeps on repeating the same clues, including that snake, because LaToya obviously was a model and has snakes and all that stuff. But anyway, when it comes to the rabbit, there's a lot of clues, man. A lot of clues. So we're going to hit on the big ones. One being that he talks about Brooklyn pizza. And for those who don't know, I think it's Joey Fatone who could be the rabbit. And a lot of you guys do too as I'm looking through it. Tiffany Sims says that's Joey Fatone. Sounds just like him. Lauren says that last part sounds so much like Joey. Jay Fatone says it's too deep of a voice for JC. I agree. If you know, JC has a higher pitch voice versus Joey. Fran Finney, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I do apologize. Says that the rabbit is definitely Joey. Let's see exactly. Joey has a country accent. AC is pop and R&B person. Well, it depends. I have to say Joey does not have a country accent at all, but he likes to joke and trick around, which actually is one of the clues. The rabbit says that he's a trickster. And for those who don't know, Joey actually has been on 3 episodes of The Impractical Jokers. Kind of cool, right? You probably didn't know that. Which kind of goes hand in hand with him keeps saying he wants to trick us. And he keeps doing that weird accent to kind of throw us off. But Joey, we know it's you. Other thing is back to the Brooklyn thing. I'm sorry I cut that off. If you notice, there was a picture of him in front of this Coney Island style background. For obviously those who don't know, Coney Island's known for the freak show, which originated there. I mean, originated there and in California. But long story short, Joey himself was born here in Brooklyn and then had moved down to Orlando. And when it talks about amusements, for those also who don't know, Joey was a performer at Universal Studios. It's actually how he met one of his bandmates for NSYNC. Pretty cool, right? The other thing we saw was a picture of a hot dog with a carrot down the middle. And for those who don't know, Joey opened up his own Coney Island-style hot dog, with like a truck, down in Orlando, which was kind of cool because it's kind of like a mixture of both of his worlds. Another thing is that during one of his videos, he talked about he'll make a deal with you if the price is right. For those who don't know, Joey was the host of the Las Vegas version of The Price is Right. Now, of course, we know that the rabbit has a certain height. As I'm trying to pull up my notes here, I do apologize. My notes are kind of a little bit lagging behind on other things. The channel actually kicked this out a little bit earlier on Facebook, so my notes kind of disappeared. But let me pull up the rabbit for you to go through his height, because I do know that his height does match up with who the rabbit is. Here we go. So the height of the rabbit, as far as we know, it's not coming up here, is 5'11", which turns out 5'11", Joey is 5'11", right? One of the cool things is that everyone's talking about the straitjacket. Of course, NSYNC did have a performance where they wore straitjackets. Everyone says him saying popping up, popping there refers to him being in NSYNC, but everyone also says it also could refer to JC, but really all the other clues do kind of point to it being Joey. Now, so far, we've gone through most of his clues. You guys have any questions, or do you think it's anyone else? And a lot of people were saying, I think they were pointing to Jordan, Jordan Knight from New Kids on the Block, but not too many of them point to him. I know that everyone's saying in the comment section, well, Joey said he wasn't on the show. Look, for those who don't know, for them to be on the show, you know what they had to do? They were actually required to, this is a true story, I looked it up, it's really interesting. They weren't allowed to show up to the show in their own car. So they would meet a producer at a random parking lot where the performer would be in a full sweater with gloves and full socks on so they couldn't see the color of their skin, with a mask, and get into a producer's car who then drove them on the lot. They weren't allowed to talk to anyone. They had to leave their entire getup on, and no one knew who they were. Interesting, right? So at the end of the day, with all the clues, we really won't know until they give us who it is. But if you want to go through all the clues in the audio, we went through it on our YouTube channel. So you can go through our videos and find out who it is. Anyway, everyone also thought it was Donnie Wahlberg. As I said before, no Boston accent. None whatsoever. I have to disprove that right away. He even said that he wasn't on it, but it is what it is. Now, what's really funny is that 1 hour ago, Donnie Wahlberg put a video on Entertainment Tonight holding the mask of the rabbit. But it is funny that from the show. Jay Fatone says that Ricki Lake came out and said that she had to keep it quiet, a contract. That's true. Anyone who's on the show has to sign NDR, whatever the heck it's called, which requires them not to say anything. So everyone who says that it's not him, it's still could be him. And because we just put that video with the mask on him, you know it's not him. All right, let's go through everyone. Donnie, I think it would be hilarious if it didn't show. Tiffany says that the Bee's the best singer, and yes, it's an NDA. I'm sorry, a non-disclosure document, whatever the heck it's called. So Matrice says, so the rabbit is definitely Joey Fatone for sure? Question mark. Yes, I would have to put. I mean, so far we've been right every single episode. But if you want to hear the audio again of his voice, yeah, you do. Okay, so I'll go ahead and play the audio of his voice again with the pitch correct, just so you can hear it.
I've been working my tail off to keep you guessing who I am and showing off my range as part of my master plan to throw you off. And tonight, I'm going to try to confuse the panel again with some R&B.
Once again, it sounds just like Joey. So if you have any questions about that, you can go ahead and put them in the comments section. Add on. So if you want to, I don't know what it is. Honestly, I'm new to YouTube. I'm learning it. You guys, we're learning this together. But anyway, so now we've taken care of that. You guys have any questions? Okay, who do you guys want to do next? I mean, so far, you guys are asking about how I did the unicorn's voice. This is what the unicorn sounded like. Once again, you can watch. We did a whole video for the unicorn a couple weeks ago. You can go through my videos and check it out. This is the unicorn who's been revealed already, without the pitch correct.
Throughout this magical journey, I've been able to craft a new...
And you hear how it's pitched up and sped up, and this is what it sounds like with the pitch correct.
Throughout this magical journey, I've been able to craft a new identity.
Pretty darn on there, right?
Okay, she's crafty.
For years, I hid behind a different kind of...
So, okay, I'm happy you guys want to hear that one. Next would be the lion. This is the biggest one out of all. Out of all the YouTube videos I've done so far, I would definitely say the lion has been the most watched video. Just because some people think it's a Kardashian, some of them think it's a Jenner, some of them think, I mean, someone even said it was Paris Hilton. We're going to find out together right now. We did do a lot of audio for the lion throughout the weeks. We even did the entire Clue video from like week number 3. I want to say the top of my head here. So let's go ahead and pull this up for you guys. So now, the lion from last week, sorry, my computer's taking its time, should be the 6th. Here we go. This is what the lion sounded like when she last performed, which was on the, if I remember correctly, the 31st. This is what it sounds like without the pitch correct. So it's being completely whatever Fox put online.
The last time I performed, Nicole wasn't impressed by my voice. But tonight, I'm here to prove that being on stage is my destiny.
Sorry, I'm out of coffee now. So that's what it sounds like that Fox put online. Luckily, they didn't put any pitch. They didn't put any distortion on. So this is what the lion's voice sounds like without any pitch correct. We pitch corrected it. I'm sorry. That's what we pitch corrected it so it's the right voice, and of course slowed it down.
The last time I performed, Nicole wasn't impressed by my voice. But tonight, I'm here to prove that being on stage is my destiny.
So, a lot of people say it sounds like a Kardashian. A lot of people think it's a Jenner. Another person says it's Paris Hilton. And then the number one vote, which I'm reading through your guys' comments right now, is that it's Rumor Willis. Now, we're going to go through all these clues together. Now, if you want to go back and watch any of the clues or any of the things that we go over and listen to the audio, we did all these videos already. You can actually go and listen to one of them and watch them and comment and participate that way, because now we're actually, this is our second to last one. All we've left is a Peacock and a Monster, actually 2 more to go. And we have an hour to showtime. It's exciting. Anyway, so right now, we're going to go through the clues. And you guys are guessing. I mean, you did a lot of great guesses here. You said that Khloe Kardashian's too tall. The clues, Nick said the clues do lead to rumor. Does that Twitch thing with the rabbit? Yeah, okay. What's up? Oh, okay. So you guys are guessing rumor, but we're going to go through them all together right now. So it's loading. Give it a second. Sorry. So first thing we see here is that the line is 5'6". It just so happens that Rumor Willis is 5'6". Some might say that she's Hollywood royalty. That actually goes with 2 different clues here. One, because her father is Bruce Willis and her mother is Demi Moore. And 2, someone said this one. Now, I don't watch Empire, so I have no idea. Supposedly, she's a big thing in Empire. Honestly, I don't know. Someone just mentioned in the comment section right now. Says that she's stepping away from her pride to sing. Her pride includes tons of women. There's a lot of women in her family. Her 2 sisters I know are Scout and Tallulah, which I have to say, why would you name your kids that name? I kind of feel bad. Her birthday falls on August 16th, which technically is Leo, which is representative of a lion. So it kind of goes with her costume. Another thing is, for those who don't know, she doesn't have this anymore. But Rumor Willis used to have a big lion, maybe it was over here, big lion here on her shoulder. And it's since been removed about a year ago. Am I right? It's in her left side, maybe it's her right side, whatever it is. It's in one of them. Now, other people are saying, well, Kylie Jenner happens to be 5'6" too. Do you really think they have the money to have a Jenner on the show? And for those who have not heard Rumor Willis sing before, I'm going to play a clip for you from the Empire show. She sings Crazy, Crazy for You. Let me fast forward it so you can hear just a few seconds because I don't want YouTube to hit. All right. She's got a heck of a voice. A lot of you guys say that, oh, she doesn't really have a voice. Guess what, man? She has one heck of a voice. I honestly didn't even realize that until about a couple weeks ago when I started doing all the videos. And people were like, well, kind of points to being her. So I'm going to go through you guys in the video over here. And we're going to discuss who everyone thinks it is. Once again, I'm telling you, I do think that it is Rumor. But here we go. We're going to go through everyone. Hi. Sorry, looks like everything froze. I apologize if you guys lose me here. Did you see them unmasked? Can the clues fit them? Okay, sorry. I think you guys are fighting with each other. No fighting in the group. Monsters also going to win. Oh, okay. Sorry, I have to go up. My screen's freezing just a little bit. Sorry, guys. Is tonight the last episode? No, tonight's not the last episode. It's the last weekend in February. Rumor does have that tattoo. Well, she did have that tattoo. Another guest was Ireland Baldwin, but she's too tall, unfortunately, so she wouldn't be someone. Someone says, do you have any proof? A proof for the photos that she has a tattoo? I know if you Google it, you could see it. Also, if you look up that singing video that we just put up online, go through Empire and just type in Rumor Willis, you'll see she performs in a white dress, and you could see the lion tattoo right away. Another thing is that another clue was that Haley, Gold struck gold in Haley. For those who don't know, her parents met in Haley on a movie set, which is kind of cool, and they actually own a house there. It says here that, sorry, everything's moving real quickly. Jeff Fatone says if you were in an audience, they had to sign a paper too, is my understanding as well. Oh, you guys actually brought up an interesting thing here. You guys want to know why there's no audience members who know who is under the mask? Do you guys know why? They recorded the entire show with a live studio audience. Then when they reveal who was under the mask, they kick out the audience. It's true. Look it up. They actually, while you're watching the show tonight, when they go to reveal who's under the mask, you'll notice they don't pan to anyone in the audience. The shots that they use are reaction shots that they have recorded beforehand. So, like, let's say the lion was performing and it was really good, and an audience member were like, oh my God, that's amazing. They save that and they play it back at that part. That's how no one knows who it is. I actually got into an argument with someone who actually said that they saw them get unmasked. Physically impossible. And that's coming directly from the executive producer's mouth. Now, one interesting fact that we also have is the fact that everyone who's been on the show has been on Dancing with the Stars. And the reason why that's very important is because the main producer of the show is also the main producer for not only Dancing with the Stars, but also with Fox 4. Seems like he's recycling celebrities. Right? Anyway, so I'm going to read your guys' comments. Let's see what you guys have so far. Just Terry has been, the Peacock is Donny Osmond, giving a talk show last week. Yes, Marie Osmond sort of gave it away on a talk show last week with E! News, but let's not talk about that. But the biggest clues that we were talking about for the Peacock was the fact that last week's clues were the rainbow flag and the wig. And for those who don't know, the person who that belongs to, because we're going to play the audio real quick for you guys, which is going to be the second to last one, because we have this one and then T-Pain, belongs to a show that person did. So let's go back to last Wednesday. I'm going to try to end this soon just because the show is going to come on and I got to do some work because this is not my full-time job. Anyway, so let's go back to last week. Last week. Sorry, my computer keeps freezing. This is what the Peacock sounded like with no pitch correct. This is what Fox aired.
Being behind a mask has been very strange and very lonely. Let me tell you, like before my last performance, I was standing all alone getting ready and I couldn't even talk to the crew because I had to remain anonymous. Without this mask, everyone recognizes me and they want to chat.
And this is what it sounds like with the pitch correct. Pitch correct and slowed down. So make sure your volume's up all the way. And you'll notice that Fox added some distortion so that we don't get this right, but I'm still getting it right.
During my last performance...
Oh, sorry, that was the monster. Here we go. Here's the Peacock with the pitch correct.
Being behind a mask has been very strange and very lonely. Let me tell you, like before my last performance, I was standing all alone getting ready and I couldn't even talk to the crew because I had to remain anonymous. Without this mask, everyone recognizes me and they want to chat.
All right. So you can go ahead and comment who you think the Peacock is while we start going through the clues. Now, for those who don't know, the Peacock, we learned that he's 5'9", which turns out to be the person who I think it is. He says he loves to share the love of the spotlight. He says that he's made his stage debut at 5 years old. He's been seen with a piano and a deck of cards. Putting on a show was in my DNA, which he also talked about. It's been a while since your mom had a poster of me on her bedroom wall. He claimed to be friends with Michael Jackson. And then some other things that kind of go on. Two more important clues was the big long wig and the rainbow flag. Now, a lot of you guys are saying in the comment section, which if you haven't done so, you can comment over here or over there. I don't know where it is. Please subscribe too. But anyway, this past week, you guys are saying it's Donny Osmond. I'm also saying it's Donny Osmond. He's 5'9". He shares the love of the spotlight. For those who don't know, his partner in this, not partner is married, but his partner was his sister, Marie. Donny and Marie were really, really big. And he started off at 5 years old with a saxophone performing. So he's been performing since 5 years old. Putting on a show is his DNA because he had a TV show. And it was extremely successful. Successful enough for your mom to have a poster of him on her bedroom wall, which my mother did. So kind of works. Now, the audio, of course, sounds just like him when he's talking. The last two clues I want to go over with him was the wig and the rainbow flag. The rainbow flag and the wig refer to a show that he did, a movie that he did, Joseph and the Technicolor Raincoat. Obviously, it's about Joseph from the Bible, and he wears a long wig, as Joseph did, and the multicolor raincoat pretty much just makes sense. The rainbow flag, multicolor. Really, believe it or not, the show was pretty much produced because the color was getting really more saturated. It was looking really good. Like right now, you're looking at me and you can see all the colors behind me and it looks great. I mean, look at this red is different than the orange versus the green on Nat King Cole. Back then, though, the colors weren't so good. You were so used to being black and white. So for them to put on this movie in full color, they wanted to use every color in the spectrum. So it really did work out here. Even though it was already a show on Broadway, I'm happy that they did it in color. Now, do you guys agree with me? You think it's Donny Osmond? Could it be someone else? Fran Finn says, it's Donny Osmond. I had a poster of him on my wall. Kissy face. A lot of girls did. I mean, let me tell you, he was extremely talented. Now, I don't have Donny behind me. Let me raise this for a second so you can see my wall. I don't have a Donny up here. I have a lot of crooners. I'm a jazz singer, for those who actually don't know. My side job is fun jazz singing. Anyway, so Joey Tone says, love that movie. Nicole says he played the sax and the piano during by Prince himself. It's kind of cool. He's also was friends with Michael Jackson. Obviously, they grew up sort of around the same time, and actually we're able to hang out. Mandy C says he started his show on the NBC, which for those who don't know, the NBC logo is a peacock. And on top of that, obviously, the show color, the peacock, used to be rainbow colors. So that kind of works in our favor. So I think we all agree here that it is. Now, there's a little bit of fighting going on in the comments section. Guys, don't fight. Come on. We're having a good time here. I'm not fighting with you. We're you and me. Even though there's 53 of us, it's just you and I. You and I are here together going through the clues. We're having a good time. For those who are just joining, hi, my name is Joey. I'm an audio producer whose job it is to find audio. And if the audio is bad, I make it sound good. In this case, the Masked Singer, the clue videos, the audio of the celebrity talking, giving the clues, is pitched up and sped up. So I retro engineered it backwards, slowed it down, and pitch corrected it. You like my hand fingers, by the way? My finger. Pitch corrected it so that we can hear who it is. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. I would love you for that. And hit that notification bell, little button thingamabob. Now, we only have one more left. Oh, it turns out Katy Perry and Zed are teasing something tonight. Oh, Katy Perry and Zed's coming up with a song tonight. Maybe it's tomorrow. Who knows? Anyway, so right now we only have one left, and that's the monster. That's the monster. Before we get into the monster, I need to grab something to drink. My throat's getting a little dry, so stay with me. Give me 1 second. 1 second, people. 1 second. All right, I'm back. As promised, I'm back. I didn't go anywhere. Don't worry. I'm still here. I'm still Joey. Minutes to showtime. Now, before we get started with the monster, I want to say this again for those who are just joining us. The main producer of the show said in an interview with E! News that the winner of the entire show is somebody who has not been mentioned by name by the panelists. So far, Gladys Knight has been mentioned. Rumor Willis has been mentioned. Joey Fatone has been mentioned. Donny Osmond has been mentioned, and LaToya Jackson has been mentioned. And with 6 people left, that leaves one that has not been mentioned yet, and that's the monster. At least who I believe is going to be winning it all. Who do you think will win it all? I think it's going to be the monster. So you guys guess. Yuri says, when was Rumor Willis mentioned? She was mentioned, well, I don't remember the exact episode, but I do remember that. Let's go back for a second here. Someone says the monster is 5'9", and they're saying that Jamie Foxx is 5'9". But anyway, we're going to go through the clues. First, let's go through the audio. So for the monster performed on last week's show. He's actually one of the most performed people. Pretty interesting. But this is what the monster sounded like, so put your sound up, without the pitch correct. This is how Fox aired it.
During my last performance, the panel giving my voice some love went a long way to healing a deep wound.
To rewrite his mixtape to prove that I'm more than just pluff and fluff, he hints that he was once on top of his game and the game turned on him. He also retreated into his cave to take a break from the public eye. And then what else happened to be? Then it pretty much, that's the majority of the clues, but they're the biggest ones. So let's talk about this for a second. T-Pain is 5'8". So we're doing good so far. He talks about that the world labeled him a monster and he was on top of his game and then the game turned on him and all these kind of things. And for those who don't know, from 2003 until about 2009, T-Pain literally was a gold record machine. Anything that he got featured on just blew up. It seriously blew up. Everyone wanted to be with him. And for those who don't know, T-Pain was originally a gospel singer at his church in Atlanta until he joined a group which then he needed to sound differently. So he started doing the auto-tune, which got picked up for. But then there was a Jay-Z song that came out. I think it was Jay-Z or maybe Sean Combs or whatever the heck his name is. That the song pretty much was like F auto-tune was the name of it. And it's pretty much him rapping about people who sing auto-tune or just BS's and suck and blah, blah, blah. Now, granted, he wasn't per se saying, T-Pain, you suck. It was just a general thing. And that the audience took it to T-Pain like crazy. Believe it or not, after that song came out, T-Pain did a show the week after, and the audience screaming, F you, T-Pain. It actually got really bad until about a month later. Christina Aguilera was wearing a sweater and a T-shirt that said, "Auto-tune is for P." I'm not going to say what it is, but it's the female genitalia. And the game turned on him. Anyone that used auto-tune pretty much were kicked out of the music industry. No one wanted to work with you. So that's him saying that the world claimed him to be a monster and that the game turned on him. Now, talking about Rewrite his mixtape, which is pretty cool. Back in August, T-Pain released a sort of new album, which was his mixtape Volume 1, which was new music, but not really new music. And the reason why I say that is because T-Pain released that album with music that he wrote from 2009 through 2011 before he finally just said, that's it, I'm done. And that is his old stuff, his old auto-tune all the way. And we learned that there's a second album coming out, Volume 2 mixtape, which if you actually go online and go on YouTube, which you are right now, you can actually look. He just put up a new video, a new song, and I think it's with Trey Songz. I could be wrong. But you can look that up, meaning I don't know who else is featured with him, but I know he just put up a song which includes some auto-tune, but not as much. It's the newer side of T-Pain, which involves more singing. Now, one of the other clues you guys are mentioning is the thing that talks about being video games. If you don't know, if you actually go on Twitch, he's one of the only rappers that does marathons of video game playing, which is pretty cool. Actually, in an interview, they asked him, what the heck is the deal with the video games? Because what he does is in his own studio, he plays video games for hours on end. And I'm like, how does that help you with music? He goes, just talking to other people, not letting people know who I am. I get ideas from it. And then from there, I make music. So pretty cool, right? Now, let me go ahead and go through the questions. Once again, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell thingamabobber. We're going to go ahead and looks like you guys are getting into arguments with each other. What had happened here? Guys, don't argue with each other. Please don't do that. We're having some fun here. You guys have any questions about the monster or anything with the show? We just went through all the audio. If you want to go back and listen to the audio, go through the clues, we made the videos. You can go through our YouTube channel and decide to see which video and watch them back. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to write them here or comment in the video later. Give me 1 second. We are about a half an hour away from the show, so I'm going to go ahead and get off. But I want to thank you guys for joining me. You guys are fantastic. I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day. I'll put up another video tomorrow, which is technically almost today, depending where you're at. Going through as a recap and going through the reveal. I want to thank you guys for joining me. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Matt says, do you have an Instagram for me to follow? So I made it easier for you guys. This channel used to be a different name. But if you just look up Joey Contino, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, obviously, on Joey Contino. But I appreciate it. You want to know, do I have a P.O. box? No, I don't have a P.O. box. Don't worry about that. Smitten says, thank you for chatting with us. Anything for you guys. If you guys, whoever you want to see win, please comment below. I appreciate it. Thank you once again for joining me here on our YouTube, our first YouTube live stream. If you guys had a good time, please go ahead, hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And guys, let me go ahead and just say I'm excited for week number 7 tonight. I'll see you guys later.